Good morning, Appalachian Trail. We are in the Peters Mountain Shelter, just stretching. We had breakfast, we did our privy run. We drank a lot of water and filtered water that we collected yesterday. So we are excited for a good day here on the Appalachian Trail. Everyone else left about 5 minutes ago as I continue to stretch and get ready for the day. Follow the Blue Blaze back to trail, which is not far. Shelter is viewable from the trail. It's right here. It is 62 degrees this morning, and there's the white blaze. So we have 6.5 miles to Route 325, 18 to the next shelter. So we'll probably go beyond that 18, but as you noted in yesterday's video, if you watched it, I have made the official decision. I've been going back and forth on it, but I made the official decision to just cut back and lessen my anxiety about finishing on time, because I have a limit of time before I start my summer camp, which I'm very committed to and I very much enjoy, and I would definitely miss it if I did not do it. So I'm definitely doing it, and that is June 19th. So I have a month and a half left to hike the trail, and I was worried about finishing on time, but at this point we're just hiking. We'll hike more with friends and enjoy the experience. Smiles over anxiety and everything else. It's really not worth getting hurt or being anxious every single mile about finishing by the 19th of June. It's like, I don't need to finish. I'll just go as far as I go, keep walking north as I do every day, stop for summer camp, which I very much enjoy. Plus I'll get well fed there, always get well fed. And then I'll be able to continue on after that, because there'll be plenty of time. I made it this far north. Time is not an issue before Katahdin would close beginning of October. Good morning. It is Stick the Eagle here, and we are all about enjoying the experience out here, enjoying the woods, and that's what I'm trying to remind myself of too. Enjoy it, don't stress, because it is a privilege to be out here and to experience these woods in this way. We are heading northbound from Springer Mountain, Georgia to Mount Katahdin, Maine. Today is a brand new day. It is just past 7 in the morning when we're leaving, and we're glad to be here. I'm glad you're here too for day number 70, and we're gonna keep on heading northbound. Some of you all asked why I had not taken a 0 yet. The reason is because I was still trying to push to finish the trail before I had to start my summer job. And I thought I could do it. I thought I could do it and still enjoy the trail, still embrace the experience, but it meant that I had to continue to push ahead of my traveling friends and then get lonely again and then have them catch back up to me. And at this point I've realized, you know what, it's not gonna happen. I'm too far behind to finish in 6 weeks. So that stress is gone. Yes, I'm disappointed, but I'm gonna try to fight through the disappointment and just enjoy it. Like I said, we're out here to enjoy the experience and be thankful that we get to be here. Victoria Trail. Appalachian Trail. I also didn't want to take a 0 because I wanted to finish before I had to interrupt my experience, because I've heard that the best experience comes late in the journey when you've had a continuous trip, and not finishing requires splitting it up and interrupting it, and I'm afraid that it's going to interrupt whatever revelation might come to mind late in the journey. But so I wanted to try to prevent that, but now it seems that it's inevitable that I'm going to have to split it up. I say that with a little bit of sadness, but also with excitement, because I would never not do my scout canvas aquasin because I love it so much. Wow, another trail. So many trails. It's the Whitetail Trail. I shouldn't be disappointed though. My life goal was to hike the entire AT. It was never to Thru-Hike. So I told myself at the beginning of this Thru-Hike that if I did not complete my goal, I would still be happy, because I would still have hiked a large portion of the AT and gotten that much closer to my goal of hiking the entire AT. So I'm doing it this year, and there's still a way for me to do it all in 2024. So that should make me happy, and letting that sink in does make me happy. I was blessed to be able to hike the whole AT in 2024, even if it is not in one continuous stretch. It's the whole AT. It's the whole AT. And that was one of my bucket list items. That's an interesting rock formation right there. Rocks. My shoulders still hurt now because all of the weight is now on my shoulders instead of my hips, because I have the waist belt at the tallest setting, at the tightest setting, and it's still not tight enough. I've lost too much weight, and now the waist belt is too big and I can't do anything about it. So shoulders really hurting right now. It's 8:30. I really love this pack, this Osprey pack. It's worked out great for me, but I need tighter hip belts. As I get closer and closer to my home state, I'm wondering, like, why am I still out here? I came out here to hike, enjoy the woods, change of pace. I've gotten that. I've gained a lot from this hike. I've proven that I can overcome cold weather. I've proven that I can get over tall mountains and put my head down and summit a mountain even when I don't want to or when it's difficult. But then again, I do want to. I do enjoy hiking. But I'm not out here to prove something. I didn't come out here to prove anything to anybody. I more so came out here to prove something to myself. And I feel like I've proven that to myself, that I can do whatever I want to do. So why am I still out here? I mean, you guys spur me on saying, yeah, you can get to Katahdin, you can get to Katahdin, and I'm sure I could. But I'm dealing with physical pain for like the first time, and I think it's creating more mental pain, because since my feet started hurting on these rocks, my shoulders started hurting about the same time, and I got sunburned because it got too hot to wear long sleeves, all at the same time. And now I'm dealing with all this physical pain, and it's creating mental strains. And like, I could just escape this and go back home and go back to work in the school and whatever if I don't have anything else to prove for myself. I don't need to prove anything to online. I don't need to prove anything to the hiking community. I'm just me. I told you guys back in Maryland about the 4-state challenge that I didn't do the 4-state challenge because I didn't need to do it for the sake of achievement or to prove I could do it to anybody. That really had been the only reason I would have done it, is to prove it to somebody, to accomplish something for the sake of accomplishing. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe in just accomplishing something for the sake of doing it. You have to gain some meaning from it. I've definitely gained meaning from this hike. Is there more meaning to gain? Perhaps. Okay, my ideal setup, my ideal job, I think would still be called to be a pastor, because I felt that call from when I was young. I still feel that call, that I want to serve the church. I want to serve God. I feel pulled in that direction still. I just don't know where it might be. But I'd love for it to be somewhere near the mountains where I can still go on hikes in my time off. And I'd love to still be able to do scout camp from mid-June to mid-August. Is that possible to have both of those? Probably not, but that is my dream right now. I think that's how I feel like I'm serving the youth well, giving back to scouts and enjoying the outdoors in my summer, and then through the winter serving God in every way I can. I just love that opportunity. It's 9 o'clock and it's currently 72 degrees. The rocks are done for the moment. Not for long though, but we'll enjoy this walk. So we're supposed to balance on that somehow? Yeah. You see the kickback blaze back there. Either go step up on that rock or hug this tree over here. All right, this will help anybody who's planning a through hike. When you are thinking about, like, why am I out here? I should just quit and go back home. Of course, that's your comfort speaking to you, that you're elephant, you just want to be comfortable. That sounds not right. But you do, you seek comforts, and being out here is something new. But one thing I saw on a Facebook post in the AT community was the day or days will come when you don't want to do this anymore, when you feel like quitting, when you feel like you're done and have had enough with the trail. But remember all the work that you put in order to make this opportunity happen. You planned it out. You gave yourself the window. You potentially quit your job. You prepared family and friends for you being away. A lot of preparation went into making this even possible. So why quit? Because if you wanted to do it again, you'd have to do all that work over again. I did say not for long. Not only has it become very rocky, it's also become very, very buggy. And there's bugs flying all over the place. There's been a bug that flew up my nose. There was a bug that flew into my ear. There was a bug that flew into my mouth when I was talking or breathing. So it's very rocky and also very buggy. I think the bugs have finally come out. So I'm definitely enjoying that. You know, I'm trying to tell myself to just enjoy the trail. Enjoy walking this trail, and the bugs are just annoying me like no end. Oh, this hardly even looks like a trail, but there's a blaze. That little scramble. Of course the trail goes up and over that, right? Actually a really big parking lot here at Pennsylvania 325. So done so far, Clark's Ferry, Duncannon. It looks flat, but it's fairly rocky. There's Peters Mountain Shelter. We're here at Clark's Valley. And then we go up to Stony Mountain and Sharp Mountain. I don't like the sounds of that. I'm watching this little guy try to crawl up my bag. He's made it all the way up my bag. I don't know what he thinks he's gonna do. What do you think you're gonna do when you're on top of the bag? Where are you gonna go from here? Into my food can? Just remember to embrace whatever the trail brings. Just remember to embrace it all. The song of the birds, the climb of the hill, yes, even the bugs and the rocks. I read a comment that told me I need to sing if I want to move faster and or basically improve my mood. So I need to sing to remind myself of what I learned in Shenandoah. To embrace whatever the trail brings each and every day. There is no good day, there's no bad day. There's no good thing or bad thing. There's just being here on the Appalachian Trail. And I'm so grateful that I can be here. I really am. Sometimes I'm not so sure. But you know what? I just took a break on a rock. I watched some animals. I watched some bugs fly around. I watched that caterpillar or centipede or whatever it was crawling on my backpack, just doing their thing. And I'm like, wow, nature really is beautiful. Not that I didn't know that before. Appalachian Trail, Rush Gap Shelter is just under 11 miles from here. It's just after 10. You know what? I've been thinking too much about Katahdin recently, past 2 days. I had set myself the goal of Harper's Ferry back a while ago, and then I never set myself a new goal. I just kept walking. So I ended up set myself a new goal, and that is finish Pennsylvania. It is 130 more miles from this point. And I know I can do 130 miles, so at whatever speed I do it at. So I'm refocusing my brain. Just say, focus on finishing Pennsylvania, get into Delaware Water Gap. That will be a special moment, because I've hiked there too. Why is this water source so orange? Does it look orange to you? That's weird. So I was just hiking here in Pennsylvania, and I met two lovely hikers here who recognized me. What are your names?
My name is Burpee.
My name is Usnia.
Awesome.
And we are so happy to see Stick. We were just screaming. Because we've been watching him until we came up to Pennsylvania. And I'm finishing a section here in about 2 miles. And that'll have me from Georgia through New York since 2018.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Stick.
Thank you so much.
It's amazing to meet you both, and you made my day just by your excitement and everything. It's a true joy to meet you guys.
It's great to meet you too.
Happy trails to you.
You
Happy
too.
trails to you.
That was fun, y'all. I was just walking up the hill, and they're like, "Are you Stick?" And I said, "Yeah." And they're like, Stick. That made my day. And they just like, "I love how positive you always are." So they just said they just finished up a section. They've been backpacking for a month, so but they still recognize me from watching me for a month ago. But anyway, they're like, "I love how positive you are." I love when I'm positive too, and I always want to be positive. And I said how I recognize that yesterday and this morning weren't like 100% positive, but that was because I was coming to the realization and you can't get to Katahdin by the time I thought I would. But you know what? I just have to be okay with that. So I am. I think I've come to that okay now, and I'm all good. So let's keep on hiking. Let's keep enjoying it out here. And I'm gonna leave in a lot of the other bit because that's part of my hike. I'm not positive all the time, but I feel most myself when I am. Still climbing up a little hill, just trying to make good time, not slow down. Not about the time, but I like just putting my head down and getting to the top of the hill. It goes a lot quicker and it's better for my motivation that way too. They said they met Fortune like 3 or 4 days ago, I think. So I wasn't even thinking of Fortune, I was thinking of Captain Jack, who just left Delaware Water Gap last night. So Captain Jack's 140 miles ahead of me, but Fortune seems to be a little less, so maybe I'll get to see him too. All these fellow hiker YouTubers that I have the chance of catching up to. Let's have some fun. What other names have I heard people call me after I introduce myself? Hey, what's your name? Stick the Eagle. Stick Beagle? No, Stick the Eagle. Oh. Stick the Legal? No, Eagle, not legal. Eagle. Oh. All these names. We are ascending Stony Mountain. We are ascending Stony Mountain. We are ascending Stony Mountain. I wonder if we'll see any stones. End of the horseshoe trail. Intriguing. We have Appalachian Trail. This is a cool little camp spot right off the side of the trail. Almost right on the trail. Water in a tunnel of rhododendrons. How peaceful. Today's 12 o'clock tip is to listen to nature every now and then. Listen to the water, watch the caterpillars like I was that turned my day around today. Watch nature do their thing and just be part of it. This is a beautiful trail. So beautiful. All this mountain laurel. Let's keep on walking. Nice campsite here. Afternoon temperature is 84 degrees here at 2 o'clock. So, pleasant walk in the woods though. It's not very rocky, knock on wood. And thankful for the flat walk in the heat of the afternoon. 4th straight day over 80 degrees. So 4th straight day in shorts. What's the general? What can be gained from the forest? An appreciation for what the forest gives. Life, absence of time, absence of stress. It's just appreciating the forest. For the forest. I think that's something that I bring with me and will take from this journey. Just loving the forest in the absence of stressful time, if that makes any sense. I think part of it is just not rushing anymore, like deciding not to rush. I don't need to rush through life. I can enjoy it piece by piece, chapter by chapter, just like I am through this hike. I'm walking through fields of mountain laurel while these army aircraft circle overhead. I hear there's an army base somewhere near here, so if they're around, you might be able to hear them. We're here in the Appalachian Trail. Rush Gap Shelter, 0.3 miles. We are going to make the side trip today in order to use privy and have dinner. Having a privy available for me is very beneficial because I don't like digging cat holes when I don't have to. So it's worth the extra 0.6 flat walking, I think. Especially since we have so much daylight anyway. Plus I want a nice picnic table to eat at and give my feet a rest. My legs say I feel fine. We can keep trekking north every single day till nightfall. My feet say please stop walking now. Even though it's not been that rocky today. My shoulders are like, take this pack off me right now. Now I've got it tight enough that some of the weight is on my waist, but a lot of it is resting on my shoulders. So it'd be good to rest my shoulders and my feet a little bit while eating some dinner. It's only 3:30, so I've got plenty of daylight left and 18 miles into the day. Rush Gap Shelter. I see no picnic table, just a round thing and a trough spring. That's interesting. I'm just enjoying a moment at the Rausch Gap shelter, some dinner, getting some water, and just enjoying the peace and quiet here, company with me, myself, and I. We have the water flowing right there. I'm about to eat my cheesy chicken and broccoli. Let's get inside. It is 4 o'clock and it's my dinner time, because it's a convenient spot to cook before I find my tent site for the night. Take a look at that. Wilds of nature. Tranquil sounds bring peace, their changing shadows rest. Come rest a while in this tranquil spot. Look under the hills for renewed strength. I looked under these hills. Thank you for that reminder. I needed that. I love these mountains. I needed those moments in that shelter area just to reflect and to think and appreciate the wilderness again. Because I love nature, and I love that that sign was there, because it just reminded me of how nature does give us strength and peace. And that's what I love about the woods. So let's keep on hiking. We're going to hike a few more miles here because it's only 5 o'clock, and the next shelter is 13 miles away, so we don't plan to go that far. We've already done 18 today, but we're just going to wander a little bit more since we still have 3 hours of sunlight and find a nice spot to tent along the way. But yeah, we're wandering. We're not rushing. No need to rush. Because we're here to enjoy the outdoors, enjoy the woods. My feet and shoulders definitely appreciated that break. Now we're up for another couple hours of walking. The village of Rausch Gap stood here from 1828 to 1910. Cool. Water crossing Beaver Dam ahead. I see someone's already set up camp for the night. Let's keep hiking. There. Other tents over there. Wow, it was slow and steady, and just Bob camped over there. So that was cool seeing him. Been running into them a few times lately. We're going to continue north for a little while, as it's only 5:45. And we've already eaten dinner, so all we need to do is set up camp and go to sleep. So I'm going to enjoy the evening walk. I love our evening walks because they're often quieter and you can feel the night coming on, and it's just really tranquil and peaceful. Apparently there's a blue blaze to a cemetery. I can't see it from here. I've seen a few cemeteries. I don't need to check out that one, but interesting. So this is the section of trail that is supposedly sometimes flooded here. You can tell it's very green, and there's some water here. But so far the trail itself is okay. This is the Beaver Dam. But it was posted as a beaver dam in like 2018, so it may not be as active as it once was. All right, so it is a little bit flooded here. We'll go check it out. There's a little bridge here. And then it's flooded, but it looks like there's enough logs across. This is a challenge. I'm sitting on this log right here, figuring out how to get up and cross that log over to the next ones, and eventually get over to that white blaze over there. Well, I'm through the worst of it thanks to that huge down tree. It doesn't look bad. The grass is definitely swampy and very muddy, but it's possible to get through with dry feet. It just took me about 10 minutes. For those who might say, don't worry about getting your feet wet, I respond to say, if I got my feet in that, it was mucky and muddy. It wasn't just like a rocky stream that I could cross. It was mucky. I would have gotten myself muddy and my socks muddy. And I'd just like to avoid dealing with that overall. It's easier to deal with a clean sock than getting it all muddy if I have a way around it. Jungle gym time. That actually wasn't as hard as it looked. Orange alternate dry route. It's 6/10 of a mile longer than the actual route. You know what I learned today? That I can push through still. The body can push through pain. I was in pain for the first time with sunburn and shoulders, but I learned that as long as I take breaks, I'm okay. As long as I take breaks with my pack off my shoulders and my shoes off my feet, you know, it's okay. I may not go 30 miles, but I can still go 20 to 25. Look at this open space. It's caused by a wildfire. I've been seeing some blackened trees, but there's a little bit of a view there. Even there through the gap. Also, as soon as the calendar turned over to May, it hit me that I was too far behind my original schedule to reach Katahdin, but by June. But you know what? On May 2nd here, I'm okay with that. I knew it might be a possibility, but I had it in the back of my mind and I wasn't accepting it yet. Now I'm accepting it and moving on from it and just going to hike every day. And today started a little sour in my mind, but it's turned into a great day. Hey Ramdino, it is Dick the Eagle here. We are past Duncan in Pennsylvania and we just crossed the Beaver Dam right after Roush Gap, about mile 1180 or so. And it is crossable. There are enough logs down to cross it with keeping your feet dry. There is a detour around if you're worried about logs that sometimes move in the water, but I was able to cross at Nobo. Some other people I've crossed by said they were able to cross at Sobo without getting wet. So just to note, in that Beaver Dam, it is possible, but during high water, I'm not so sure. You have to be prepared for those logs moving, so go slow. But having a great time out here. We'll be crossing 1,200 and less than 1,000 to Katahdin. Let's keep hiking northbound. It is just about 7:30, and I found my tent site for the evening. Now just to pick out the best spot for my tent. I even have 2 bars of service here, so I can line my tent after I get away from the bugs, maybe read some comments, text, whatever. And just like that, my tent is up. I might leave the flap open for a little while to let the summer air in so I don't get too hot in there. I would have put the door facing the campfire, but it's on a slight hill, so I need the head facing a certain direction. All right, I am in my tent. I got out of the bug zone as quick as I could. I got everything in my tent. I have my sleep pad and my sleeping bag and my liner. I won't be sleeping in my sleeping pad right away because it is so warm. It's still 77 degrees out. So I'll be sleeping on top of my pad and my bag unless it gets cold, and then it'll be easy to slide in during the night. That's what I did last night. I slept on top of the bag. I did get a little chilly because I got down to the low 60s, so I just slid in the bag and I was fine. So today was a good day. We pushed through a little bit of pain because I've been feeling pain for the first time, and we ended up doing over 20 miles. So I'm proud of that. Since we're not worrying about Katahdin anymore, we're just hiking north and seeing how far we get by June 15th or so. We'll see. But yeah, we're just hiking north. We're in Pennsylvania. We're working our way through. We just crossed the Beaver Dam and we are at a mile 1183. So we're getting there. We're going somewhere. Thank you for tuning in to day 70. I think it was a pretty good day 70. I hope you agree. If you'd like to follow along for more AT adventure, please feel free to subscribe if you have not done so already. And if you'd like some live Instagram updates, you may feel free to follow my Instagram account at StickTheEagle, which is the same handle as my YouTube. I may be coming into your corner of the woods soon. I'm coming into my corner of the woods soon. My home state of Connecticut. It's coming. Only a little more than 100 miles left to go of Pennsylvania, so that's exciting. I hear it's rocky though, but we're gonna enjoy every minute of it, right? Right. Always remember to embrace the journey, not the destination. Embrace the journey, and always happy trails. I've got the tent flap open today to get some air circulation in here. You know, I like sleeping in my tent. Got my pillow here, and I don't have to worry about my pillow going someplace across the shelter floor when I move around. My hair's getting long. I need a haircut. Sometimes I cut my own hair. I might do that sometime.